Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Battle Gamer, and today we're talking about another archetype dedication. And I don't know when the videos are coming out. I'm kind of bulk loading them at the moment. So I have a question. Do you guys like it when I do these archetype videos, like twice in a week, maybe even twice in a row? Do you want me to spread them out more? I'm not doing more, so don't ask for more, but I'm very curious, honestly. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer it like this, or do you prefer it like, uh, you know, a little bit more spaced out? Let me know in the comments below, and also please like and or subscribe if you do enjoy these videos. It really helps with the algorithm, and with the way the channel is right now, we really need every little push we can get if we want to really make something of this. So if you want that for me, or if you just want to help out, please do what you can. That's all I'm asking. It doesn't take much, but even if you don't, just watching this is enough for me, so thank you. But with that, we're going to go ahead and talk about the next archetype here on the video. This is going to be the Animal Trainer dedication. The Animal Trainer dedication is very interesting, in my opinion. It's one of those kind of dedications that has a lot of flair to it. It's very interesting, and honestly, it provides a really good benefit. So, first of all, to get the dedication, all you have to do is be trained in nature. Now, this dedication does come from the second book in Extinction Curse, so that's something to keep in mind. It is available on Archive of Nethys, of course. So it is available to everyone. It is an uncommon dedication, though, so your GM has the right to say no. Honestly, I don't think that there's anything in this dedication particularly that would make it unviable for most games. Pretty much, you get the archetype dedication, you get an animal companion. It's really good, really easy. The Beastmaster does pretty much the same things, and that's not even uncommon. So that in itself doesn't warrant this dedication being necessarily uncommon. One of the interesting things about it, though, is your animal companion is trained in performance rather than whatever skill comes with the animal type. So that's interesting. That's very cool. It does play a little bit more into it, and it does apply to one of its features, but it's also one of those things that I find it's very flavorful, and I think it really works. And I think something about these archetype dedications is the fact that they are flavorful. They increase role playability, even sometimes if it comes at a little bit of an efficiency decrease when it comes to things like combat or exploration. Regardless, the archetype dedication itself is really good. You get an animal companion, and you're going to be able to level it up all through the dedication feed. So it's really, really good. Beast Speaker is legitimately really good. This one gives you essentially the second level spell. Was it second level spell? It gives you, the second level spell, speak with animals at all times. Now, it does count as you're under the effect of the spell at all times, and it does give a spell type and whatever. I'm assuming it can be dispelled, or it can be removed or suppressed in a way. I don't know. It's very strange that they went into a lot of details of it. Maybe they just wanted to specify, the spell exactly. I don't know. I think it's really cool, though. It allows you to talk to animals pretty easy. You can also make a request of them at a +2 bonus to your diplomacy check, which is pretty good. You can go very Dr. Dolittle with this, which I think is awesome. Matured animal companion. It's really good. It says mature trained animal companion. They also mentioned trained in the initial archetype dedication. The trained doesn't really do anything. I don't know why it's underlined here. It's very weird wording. It just means this animal companion in particular has to increase its performance using one of the 3 skill increases. And not only that, but it gains the advanced maneuver of Mesmerizing performance, which it allows it to make a performance check against an enemy's will save within 30 feet. And if they fail, they become fascinated by your animal companion until your animal, they're fascinated by the companion for its next action, and then is temporarily immune for 1 hour. So fascinated. Let me look at fascinated real quick here. For its next action, you get -2 sound penalties perception checks and it can't use the concentrate trait unless they are intended consequences are related to the subject of fascination. Interesting. The target is fascinated by the companion for its next action. This is poorly defined. I don't know what its next action refers to. Is its as in your animal companion or its as in the enemy? I'm assuming it's the enemy because the enemy is the subject of the sentence. The target is fascinated by your companion for its next action. That must be what it is exactly. Its next action though is very interesting. I really don't know how I feel about that. The critical failure is pretty good. It's fascinated by the animal companion for 1 round. While it remains fascinated, it cannot use reactions. It's a really good feature overall. I think it's great. Does fascinated normally prevent you from using reactions? And no. It's strange. I don't know. That's very interesting. But okay. Yeah. Overall, Mesmerizing performance is interesting. I think it has some potential for sure, but I think it operates really weird. And this dedication in general is one of the dedications I feel has just a lot of weirdness around it. It feels like it was designed by someone not necessarily on the design team, and either it was patched work in or they left someone else to design it. I don't know. It's got some interesting things, but this particular action I don't understand. Fascinated until the creature's next action just means its next action can't be concentrate. So that might be terrible for some enemies, but if its next action is a stride action, then it can use the spell afterwards. So I don't know. I don't know. This is a very interesting one. If anyone has an idea on how this is really good, please let me know. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. Insistent commands. This allows you to, and let me just verify, you must be a master in nature to get this requirement. And essentially, when you use the command and animal action, you get a critical success when you get a success, and if you get a critical failure, it's just a failure instead. There is no critical success like command animal feature. It's either the animal does what you say or it doesn't, or it does something completely the opposite of you crit fail. Not crit failing is good because it means that the animal companion, or not the animal companion, it means that the beast in general that you're trying to command is not doing something weird. So it's either not doing anything or it's doing what you say. It being a crit success only helps if for some reason the whatever success level you get, it gets decreased by 1 level, because then it's still a success. So I guess it really just fail safes your command and animal action, which is okay. It's very interesting. I kind of wish this was it's a skill feat. Oh my goodness. Never mind. This is actually a really good nature skill feat. I completely missed it before. This is actually a skill feat, which is actually really, really good. Depending on what kind of class you're playing, your skill feats might be a little bit more necessary. I know a lot of time my players don't know what to pick up with their skill feats, so something like this is actually pretty good, and it pretty much fail safes your command and animal action. So yeah, it's pretty good. Honestly, that's a lot better. I thought it was actually a feat of the class, or the archetype, which was very interesting. But okay, so yeah, that's actually really good for a skill feat. Splendid Companion is really good. You get a savage or nimble animal companion, which is the next level up from mature, and it increases its performance to master instead of athletics or acrobatics, depending on whether you pick savage or acrobatics, in that order. So it's a really good one, and again, it keeps up that trend of performance. And honestly, this is mostly what this archetype dedication is about, is just getting an animal companion that works a little differently than other animal companions. Overall, it's pretty good. The next feat is, what's it called? Specialized Companion. You give your animal companion a specialization, and then you increase its proficiency in performance to legendary, which I don't think there's actually a lot of ways to get legendary skill proficiencies on an animal companion, which is interesting. Performance isn't useful like all the time, but I'm sure there's a lot of good things about it. It's got a lot of flavor, and I think one of the things about the animal trainer that is really good in general is that the animal trainer is you get an animal companion, and it works a little bit differently. It I don't think uncommon really should restrict access to this one necessarily. I don't think this has anything really that would be too strong, or a DM would have a good reason not to. But, it is what it is. This is available only or in Extinction Curse, so at least if your DM wants to go by, only what's in the core books, they can justify it at least that way. I don't know. This one is good. Honestly, Animal Trainer is really solid. It's got a lot of narrative flair. You get a unique animal companion type, essentially the trained animal companion type, which pretty much just lets it do performance-based actions, and it has that mesmerizing performance action, which is pretty cool. I like it overall. I think I would probably go with like Beastmaster instead. But if you had a very strong character narrative for it, this is really good. And honestly, performance is a little underplayed when it comes to how useful it can be in your games. So, I think this one has a lot of fun potential. I would definitely not sleep on this one. And you could really give your character a very unique flair. Dr. Doolittle is a really good character as far as like concepts are concerned, and overall the animal trainer allows you to play a very unique character. And you know what, I think that's overall what I like about the animal trainer the most. You are playing a very unique character. It's not an archetype that you pick up for efficiency or anything that gives your character more abilities. You pick up animal trainer because it makes your character unique. There's not going to be many other characters like your character out there. There's other animal companions won't be like your animal companion in the slightest. Your character will be definitely a one and only type of character. And I think that's where the animal trainer really shines, is where martial artist is kind of one of those feats or archetypes that you pick up when you want to add some good hand-to-hand combat to your character. That doesn't really make your character unique as far as concepts are concerned. You're just a character who's also really good in hand-to-hand combat along with everything else. Animal trainer, you are, you have a unique animal companion that does performance actions. I'm rambling. It's a good archetype. Do not sleep on this one. This one will make your character super pop. It will be super interesting, and I think it's good overall. But with that, we're already done. This is actually probably the shortest video I've done. I'm sure there's going to be some other archetypes that are going to be a little shorter than this one, and this one didn't require as much explanation on like some core rules. If you want to know about Command an Animal for whatever reason, the rules are available on Archive of Nethys. Most animals just have like a few general actions they can use, plus they can be trained somewhat, but mostly only bonded animals can be trained. And if you have, I wish Animal Trainer let you have a bonded animal companion as well as an animal companion, because a bonded animal is just an animal that likes you and does a few simple tricks. It's not that strong. I don't know why there's a ruling that prevents you from having both an animal companion and a bonded animal. Animal Trainer would have been the perfect one to kind of circumvent that, but who knows? Honestly, I'd probably allow it just for this archetype alone, just because I think it would benefit it actually, especially with the whole insistent command skill feat you get with it. So I think it's really good overall. But with that, we're going to go ahead and end this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Good luck with your games. Leave the bad luck to me, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.